Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. In today's story, OP's stepmother invites her and her family to a fun day at her house, but when OP finds out the truth about the invitation, she makes an unusual decision. Am I the idiot for refusing to take my daughter to her birthday party? My 33 female daughter, Cleo, 5, hates pink. She has disliked the color and almost everything to do with it since she was about 3 or so. She has one pink shirt she likes, and one pink stuffed animal, and that's it. My father's partner, Prue, refuses to accept that Cleo doesn't like pink. Over the years, she's made several attempts to push the color onto her. Pretty much every gift she's ever given her was some shade of pink, no matter how many times I tell her to stop. She has tried to give me dozens of different reasons why I should encourage my daughter to try different shades. It clearly upsets Cleo, but Prue keeps doing it. About a week ago, my father invited me, my husband and our children for dinner at his place. He said he and Prue had a surprise for the kids. Right before we left home, my younger sister, who still lives with our father, texted me. She warned me that the, quote, surprise was actually a small birthday party Prue had planned for Cleo. That alone threw me off, because my daughter's birthday was in November. My father did miss her actual birthday party due to work, but still. Also, my son turns 9 next month, so I had figured his would be the next party we'd have. Then she sent me photos of how the place was decorated, and it very clearly wasn't actually meant for Cleo. Literally every piece of decor was pink. The table, the tableware, the balloons, everything. She had gotten pink banners and glued pink foil fringe curtains on the doors, even the cake was pink. I showed everything to my husband, and we agreed not to take the kids there. I texted my father the following, "Hey, sister, told me everything, we're not coming. We're taking the kids to McDonald's and telling them that was your surprise. You and Prue can come if you want. We're paying." We did exactly that. My father did show up, without Prue, but he was cold with us, and left 20 minutes after arriving. Both him and Prue are pissed. My father is angry that my husband and I dismissed his partner's, quote, heartfelt gesture towards our daughter. Prue also told me that I'm the reason Cleo is, quote, restrictive. I also don't like pink, and I'm raising her to be an ungrateful, spoiled brat who is unwilling to compromise. To be honest, I get how I could be in the wrong here. But at the same time, this just felt like Prue trying to push something Cleo doesn't like onto her yet again. My sister and one of my brothers are on my side, though my sister did say I had been rude. My other brother is on the fence. Am I the idiot? Edit, my daughter doesn't know I dislike pink, nor would I care if she did like it. Now let's read what other information OP left in the comments. Not the idiot, you handled it well, and avoided the worst. You were not rude so much as clear that you would not let Prue manipulate you or your daughter. Your father is the weakest link here. He should be reeling in Prue's pink obsession, not encouraging it. Tell your father and Prue that there are things more important than the color pink in this world, and that if they cannot stop giving pink to your daughter, then they should stop giving, period. My father never understood I didn't like pink either. In his case, I think it was more of a memory thing. He had the habit of getting me the same essentials as my sister, who did like pink. He probably just doesn't care. Probably, he genuinely has an awful memory, and has since I was a kid, so I feel the need to give him the benefit of the doubt. Does Prue have kids? Prue doesn't have kids. She does have some experience with children, but mostly through mine and her friends. She has never babysat my kids, and I don't know whether she's ever been responsible for any other children. She has a goddaughter. My eldest brother has 2 children, but he doesn't have a lot of contact with Prue. Why brother isn't in contact with Prue? My brothers and I had a pretty big fight with our father a couple years ago. It had nothing to do with this. We've all apologized to each other, but our relationships with him and Prue aren't the same. I live the closest to them, so I have more contact. About Cleo's tastes. I've said this somewhere else, but Cleo's tastes are pretty balanced. She loves doing ballet and playing with dolls. She also loves cars. Her dad is a big F1 guy, and space stuff. Her birthday party last year was themed after Super Mario Bros., the movie. She's never played the game. The, quote, boy stuff she likes does also bother Prue, though, not as much as the pink thing, but enough that both me and my husband know. I understand the assumption that Cleo picked this up from me, but I don't think so. I wear pink around her, I own pink stuff, I occasionally dressed her in pink as a baby, she doesn't even know I dislike pink. What are her favorite colors? Yellow and blue are her favorites. I assume it's because her favorite princesses are Belle and Jasmine. Does she hate pink because you hate it? I don't think she takes the cue from me at all. I've said this in a different comment, but I wear pink around her and own lots of pink stuff. I never told her I disliked pink. There's a lot of stuff that Cleo loves that I hate and vice versa. I dislike The Lion King, she loves it. I watch that movie with her on a weekly basis, and she has no idea I'd never do that if I didn't love her. She dislikes Mary Poppins, I love it. I never told her I liked it, because I know she might feel guilty. I'm of similar age to Prue. When I attended school the girls' bathrooms were blue and the boys' pink, but within a year of me attending school it changed to pink being for girls. It was incredibly confusing. However, Prue's focus on pink is likely her just trying to be a nana, and no matter the color she made a real effort to celebrate your daughter. I think half an hour or so wouldn't have hurt. You are the idiot, your daughter could then tell Prue, I'd love next year to be. It absolutely would hurt Cleo. She would have started crying, because she hates it when people push pink onto her. She has been frustrated with Prue's attempts to do that for a while now. Did you ask Cleo what she wanted to do? You mean did I ask her whether she wanted to attend a birthday party she wouldn't like, 2 months after her actual birthday? No, she already gets upset that Prue ignores how much she hates pink. I didn't want to ruin my father's image too. I sincerely believe many of you have never met any 5-year-olds. My daughter has already told Prue she hates pink, the whole point is that she keeps ignoring it. Okay, well, not the idiot, and what is this woman's obsession with pink? She is so focused on the daughter not liking pink that it has become an issue. Something that shouldn't be an issue at all. The girl doesn't like pink, just like she must like other colors, or like and dislike other things. Unless this becomes some kind of health problem, I don't see what the problem is here. And she set up a trap, cover as a surprise party, to see if OP's daughter, after being bombarded with so much pink, suddenly would like the color? It doesn't make sense. If I arrived at a place full of something I don't like, my aversion to it would get worse. Imagine for a child. That woman doesn't care about OP's daughter. If she did, she would have surprised her with things that her daughter or children would like, and the main thing would be for them to have fun. Instead, she did something that would make everyone uncomfortable, and when you or your daughter didn't get the reaction she wanted, she would do exactly what she's doing, complain about you and your family. You and your husband aren't the idiots here. Prue needs to work on this pink obsession of hers, and your father is an idiot for going along with this ridiculous idea of hers, and for getting mad at you for doing something any sane person would do. And what did you guys think of this situation? Would you do the same as OP? Why do you think it's so important to Prue that OP's daughter likes pink? Don't forget to leave your thoughts down below. Now let's go to the first update. Oh, and I hope you are enjoying the video so far. If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. Now let's go to the update. Update: Am I the idiot for refusing to take my daughter to her birthday party? Hey guys, I ended up leaving a lot of comments on my post, many of which say the same things over and over. Because I don't think it will be easy to read them all, and because many of you were quick to make inaccurate assumptions about me and my family, I'm writing this to clarify some things. Cleo and Prue are both fake names. We're not American. Prue is 46 years old. I don't call her my stepmother because she's only 13 years older than me. Also, she's not married to my father, but they've been together for 12 years. I have nothing against her, we're just not close. Cleo's interests are pretty balanced. She likes princesses, cars, robots and dolls. She loves science and outer space. She does ballet and loves it too. She's the only girl in her ballet class who wears black. Her teacher calls her Black Swan. She's not a girly girl, but I wouldn't call her a tomboy either. She's just a kid who hates pink. Cleo's favorite colors are yellow and blue. Though I understand the assumption that Cleo dislikes pink because of me, that's not the case. I hate pink, but I'm not disgusted by it. I wear pink clothing around my children. I occasionally dressed Cleo in pink as a baby. I own pink stuff and buy it for myself. My kids don't know I don't like pink. They've chosen pink gifts for me in the past. According to my son, I love all the colors. My father and Prue know it because I've disliked pink since long before I had children. There's plenty of stuff I hate that my kids like and vice versa. They don't have to care about these things, so I don't tell them. Cleo's more boyish tastes also annoy Prue. Not as much as the pink thing, but enough that my husband and I know. Cleo's birthday party last November was themed after Super Mario Bros., and Prue actually asked me why I was allowing that. Cleo is open about hating pink. She has expressed that to Prue several times. Specifically because she keeps pushing it. Both my kids are polite. Whenever Prue gives my daughter something pink, Cleo thanks her. She'll sometimes ask Prue if she can give her something yellow next time, and she doesn't act as excited as she gets when other people give her something she actually likes, but that's it. We let Cleo choose which of her gifts she wants to exchange, and she always asks to exchange pink stuff. If it can't be exchanged, she won't play with it or wear it. We either give those away to her friends or donate them to charity. Cleo does have friends who like pink. Her best friend loves it, and wouldn't complain if they threw pink parties for themselves. She'd know those aren't about her, but the second you made it about her, aka, threw her a pink party, then she'd be upset. Cleo would have loathed the party. She would have started crying immediately. She wouldn't have eaten the cake. She wouldn't have had fun. I didn't tell Cleo about the party for a number of reasons, most importantly, because I didn't want her to get upset. I also knew that letting her see it would ruin my father's image in her eyes. Cleo is already upset that Prue doesn't care about what she likes, and I didn't want to get frustrated at her grandfather too. Yes, my daughter does in fact hate pink. Yes, I'm very well aware that might change someday. And no, I wouldn't care if it did. I think that's all I wanted to say here. Feel free to ask me any other questions you may have. Well, it's clear that OP's daughter knows what she likes and is very vocal about it. And it's also clear that Prue doesn't approve of her tastes and hobbies, especially the ones that she considers to be for boys. But you know what? She doesn't have to like anything. Cleo is not her child. She can have her opinion, but in the end she's just going to have to accept her and that's it. Also, it's possible that because she doesn't have children of her own, and because she and OP are not so far apart on their age, she's using OP's children to maybe fill that void. And in her mind, girls are crazy about pink, they're girly and they don't like games that boys. Well, she needs to wake up, now. OP's daughter doesn't like pink and that's it, and her grandfather's girlfriend trying to force her to like it, is insane, and kind of mean. And what did you guys think of this update? Now let's go on to the next one. Update: am I the idiot for refusing to take my daughter to her birthday party? First of all, I apologized to my sister a few hours after I made my original post. I am very grateful for what she did, but I'll do my best to keep her away from these conflicts moving forward. Thank you to those who defended her. Secondly, I went through your comments with my husband, and our main takeaway was that we did what we had to do to protect Cleo, even if it wasn't what we do in most circumstances. Had either of us been surprised with a party decorated with something we openly hated, we would have sucked it up and ignored it. It sucks, but we're adults and it comes with the territory. Cleo, however, is 5 years old. She wouldn't deal with this the same way, nor would we expect her to. Knowing my daughter, she would have been miserable at the party. So ultimately, we don't regret not taking her there. On Saturday, we took the kids to spend the afternoon at my brother's place with their cousins. In the meantime, we invited my father and Prue over to talk. My husband and I told them we wanted them to abide by the following. 1. No more surprise parties without our knowledge and approval. 2. No more pushing the color pink onto Cleo, including pink gifts. And 3. No more calling our children spoiled for being allowed to dislike something. If they didn't agree to our terms, we would no longer take the kids to their place, and there would be a good chance we'd lower our contact with them in the future. Prue didn't say anything at first. My father tried to argue that we should at least thank her for the party, but I said no. I told them the problem wasn't that Prue threw a party for my daughter that was dedicated to her own interests, it was that she specifically chose something she knows my daughter hates and centered everything around it. We wouldn't thank her, and we wouldn't apologize. That's when Prue chimed in. She tried to tell us we were raising our daughter to be a brat again. So I asked, "Why are you so insistent on pink?" She didn't answer at first, but then said she knew Cleo did love pink, she just didn't know it yet. And to that I asked, "Would you be this pushy if it was about any other color?" Prue tried to say that didn't matter, but when my husband asked her if she'd care if Cleo hated blue, she said, "She doesn't need to like blue." He replied that she didn't need to like pink either. Exactly. He told Prue that she had no right to decide what Cleo should and shouldn't like. Cleo hates pink, and if she can't be an adult and respect that, then she doesn't need to be around our children. In the end, my father and Prue agreed to our terms. I'm not confident about her, but I did speak to my father. I said I know that he has a hard time saying no to Prue, but he will ruin his relationship with me and my children if he keeps enabling his partner. My father promised he wouldn't let this happen again. I hope this works out. Cleo is a great kid, and I hope my father and Prue can finally start seeing that. Thank you all for everything. It was, in fact, not over. Oh yeah, I don't trust her at all. I've already warned my father what will happen if he doesn't stand up to her, but I wouldn't be surprised if Prue tried something again. At least my siblings are on my side. There's no way Prue is dropping this. To even throw the party in the first place shows that she cares not for Cleo's feelings, but only for herself. As she basically showed by throwing the party in the first place. Still not the idiot, OP, but you definitely need to lessen contact with Prue. I don't think she's dropping it either. My sister told me that from what she saw, the party was entirely Prue's idea. When she started getting pink stuff for the decorations, both my sister and my father tried to remind her Cleo didn't like pink. Prue barely acknowledged them, and my father eventually stopped arguing, which was why my sister sent me the pictures. Your father is enabling her behavior. You need to tell him that your daughter's wants and needs take precedence over that of a grown woman with selective hearing. I wouldn't be surprised if we had to either stop visiting or lower contact with them in the near future. I don't trust my father as much as I wish I did, but I've warned him. If he cares about what his granddaughter thinks of him, he will listen. If not, we will learn. I wouldn't allow my daughter to be alone with her. Who knows what venom she could spew in her ear. No one will like you if you like blue in space. People only like proper girls. What you want or like doesn't matter. When a grown-up wants you to do something, you have to do it, otherwise you're a bad girl. The damage could be real. I don't trust Prue to babysit for a number of reasons, but that's exactly what I'm worried about. Yeah, I'm not too confident that your father will keep the promise he made to you either. But I hope I'm wrong, and I hope you don't have these kinds of problems with them anymore, especially with Prue. Neither you nor your daughter deserve this kind of treatment from her. I hope she learns to accept your daughter as she is and respect her. Good luck, OP. I hope things are better from now on. And what do you guys think of this update? Did you like it? Do you agree with OP's decision? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, Go watch the video that is appearing on the screen right now or click on one of our playlists in the description to watch more videos. Until next time.